Hey, Ripple Effect, my name is Carson, and I had the chance to speak to you last week here at Ripple Effect at the church, and I was really honored to do so because we talked about something that means a lot to me, and that's the pursuit of stuff. It's played a role in my life since the time that I was in high school and really until this day. What we talked about was the idea that we take the stuff that we have, the stuff that we don't have, or the circumstances that we live in, and we begin to take our value or what we are worth and associate the two. So what I mean by that is if we don't have something, we believe that has a reflection on whether or not we are worthy of having something. And I believe that when we take our identity and we place it into the things that we have or we don't have and take that entire pursuit of stuff and solely focus in on that, we begin to lose our freedom, live by comparison, and we lose our clarity. And what I mean by those three things is simply that God has more for your life than you could ever imagine. And when we are solely focused on the stuff that we have, we begin to take our eyes off of what God says about us and put our eyes on what either others say about us or what the stuff that we have says about us. So we focused on this one verse in the talk last week, Galatians 5:1. Paul writes, "For freedom Christ has set us free. Stand firm, therefore, and do not submit again to a yoke of slavery." And I really believe this because the three things that I like to focus in on about this verse is that one is for freedom Christ has set us free. This changes the rules of the game. This changes lives. That Christ, when he came and he died and he rose again, he changed everything by bringing freedom. He sets us free of the chaos of the world. The second thing that I love this part because don't miss this. Stand firm. Like, it's not easy. Like living a life solely focused on Jesus and the things that Jesus says is often not easy in the world because of the chaos and the noise that the world brings with it. And then the third thing that we talked about was do not submit again to a yoke of slavery. And I think this applies in this conversation because the stuff that we have can a lot of times take hold of our lives and begin to control the way that we think and the way that we live our lives. And I don't want this for you because nothing breaks my heart more than thinking and knowing that there are high school students like yourself that believe that the circumstances that they are living in and the stuff that they have somehow or another get to dictate their future and their contribution to the world around them. And I promise you that this is not true. That Jesus, when he came to bring life and life to the full and do immeasurably more in you than you could ever think or imagine. And I believe that Christmas is a beautiful time to celebrate this because we can remember the fact that Jesus came and he came for you and for me. So tonight, as you have your small group conversation, I encourage you to ask this question, is what would change if you put your hope and your identity in the hands of someone who loves you and wants to do immeasurably more? Because I really do believe that when we take our lives and our focus and we shift it to Jesus, that everything changes. And I believe that the season of life that you're in right now is a really, really heavy season on formation of who you are going to become. And I don't want you to miss the life that God is coming or brought for you. So tonight, I'm praying for your conversation, and I hope that the conversation is helpful and can help you to begin to see you and your life in the light of Jesus and the hope that he brings for all of us. So I'm praying for your conversation. I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you again for letting me be a part of Ripple Effect. I hope you guys have a great Christmas.